Why it's important to have your dog groomed regularly. Starting puppies off on the right paw. Hello, hello.
That's better.
Home maintenance and using the right tools and dental awareness.
Okay. So one of the reasons you want to have your pet groomed regularly is because you want to have your groomer check their ears. A lot of times dogs like this is Cosmo, he's a Labradoodle. He comes in every 3 weeks for grooming and he's the best boy ever. So in his ears, he grows a lot of hair in there. We have to make sure we pluck out enough hair so that way they don't get infections. Shorter haired breeds don't have hair in there, but a lot of times they still will get infections from having down ears or just moisture getting in there and bacteria growing. So a lot of times we check in there, we check their eyes. When we blow dry them, we can have a good look at their coat, make sure they don't have any skin issues underneath this coat, because a lot of times owners won't really open the coat up and look in there. So when we blow dry, we can check if there's any lumps or bumps. A lot of times we have found lumps and bumps that owners basically didn't notice, and then they ended up being cancerous, and the owners were able to take care of it on time. That way it didn't affect them. They didn't have to go through any type of radiation or chemo because they were able to have the surgery quick enough because of their groomer had noticed it. So and then a couple other things too. Nails, we always want to make sure you get those nails trimmed once a month if you can, if not twice a month. You never want them touching the ground. If they're clicking around on the ground, it means they're too long. Having long nails on dogs can basically stress the joints out. If those joints start twisting with the dog's nails, they can get some bad arthritis, and then they start licking their paws because they hurt. So we want to make sure we keep those nails trimmed. We typically recommend they get groomed at least once a month, especially if they're in the house or on your bed, laying on your pillow. You want them to have a bath at least once a month. And then with a clean dog comes a clean house. So we definitely recommend they get groomed regularly.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about starting puppies off on the right paw, and we conveniently just got a puppy last weekend. So we're going through all this ourselves. One of the main things you want to teach them is desensitizing, get them used to playing with their feet, their ears, their mouth. That way you can give good checks, you can clean their ears, do their teeth. Basic commands. They're always good at sit, stay if they listen, they know what they're doing. We're still working on those with her. She's a little stubborn. But with our long-haired coated breeds, such as like Cujo and Cosmo here, you really want to work with brushing, getting them used to the brushing, the different kinds of brushes, combs and clippers. A good way to desensitize them is beard trimmers will help. We also recommend that all puppies start off about 12 weeks as soon as their second shots. That way they get used to the grooming process, especially if they're going to be groomed regularly. And also bathing your puppies at home is probably the best thing. When you first get them used to the water. We get puppies that are 4 or 5 months old, and they look at us when we turn on the water like they've never seen that before. And it makes it a learning experience for everybody. So puppies is the best way to start the training and the grooming experiences.
Home maintenance. A lot of dogs require some home maintenance. Some dogs don't need much at all. Like small dogs like Abby, the Basset Hound, doesn't need a lot of home maintenance besides just lifting up her ears, checking in there, making sure you don't smell any foul smell. Longer haired dogs, you want to make sure you get them into the groomer. Doing some home maintenance is great, but if you're going to bathe them at home, especially like this guy, you want to make sure you blow dry them. Not blow drying their coat can cause some tangles and stuff, which then the groomer has to sadly shave them off. So definitely you want to make sure that if you're doing any type of home maintenance, you want to do it correctly using the right type of tools. Cosmo here, you would definitely use a couple different type of tools on him, not just one single brush. Slicker brush you want to make sure you have. and then a metal comb to make sure you check afterwards. So I'm going to teach you the best technique for brushing. So when you brush these type of dogs, you want to make sure he's got a lot of coat right now, so you want to make sure that you definitely spread the hair with your hand, do little bits of brushing. You guys can all see that. And I'm kind of just brushing little bits that's pulling out from under my hand. And you want to make sure you do that over the whole entire body. And then you kind of run through, and then you would be able to run that comb all the way through. And then if you can't get that comb through, he's got a little bit of tangle right there, so then you want to rebrush. Thank you. And then you'll be able to get that comb all the way through. Labradoodles especially, you want to brush at home.
John.
No, he comes in great
I'm just
shape.
joking.
Yep. He's the best boy ever. So yeah, and then dogs like Abby, get a rubber brush. Yep. Dogs like Abby the Basset Hound get a rubber brush. This is the best way. This would never do anything to him besides massage, which he probably still would like. But you would definitely not use this on a Basset Hound. And then a dog like Pepper here who sheds, you would definitely use a rake like this, and that would pull that undercoat out.
All right. Last but not least, I'm gonna go over a little bit of dental awareness. Just like humans, if you have bad teeth and something major, other issues come up on a dog, they have to always address the teeth first. That's one main reason to keep up on it. The longevity, their health. It's especially on the smaller breeds, the Yorkies, the littler guys. They really have, a lot of them will have bad teeth. You'll see Yorkies by the time they're 9 or 10 have had to have all their teeth removed because they've had no dental awareness. The preventative maintenance, we can brush their teeth when they're grooming, but it's kind of in the same sense. It's about as good as if you brush your teeth once a month. So ideally, brushing at home is a good way. There's water additives. There's a foam that you can do, or the dental chews. The foam, what it does is softens up their tartar on their teeth, and then when they bite into their kibble, it breaks it loose. But the dental health is a big thing now. We see it affecting more dogs as they get older in the years. We do have now a non-anesthetic dental vet that comes through now every 2 months and does them at our shop, because the cost of a dental can be expensive. On Cosmo, a non-anesthetic dental, I believe, is about $185 through the shop, and we've personally had our dogs done, and it worked just as good as the vet without the $700 bill. But it really is longevity and health-wise for the puppies. I was going to demonstrate on Abby if she'll let me.
You could always do Cosmo.
Cosmo has his precious teeth on. To start them off though, you always just start on the outside.
Good boy, Cosmo.
And as they get used to it, you'll be able to work to the inside.
He's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I didn't come here, I came here for a beer.
Yeah. Yeah, just like us, you know, we brush our teeth every